Don't be scared. Just put yourself out there. It's never as bad as you think it's going to be. Yeah, I don't have a credit card. Or I might have one somewhere for emergencies, but I never use it. I use Wise mainly when I'm traveling. They're great. And I kind of ethically, I don't want to... In my late teens and 20s, I had problems with credit cards. They were too easy to get and you're too immature to deal with it. So I got into some debt and it took me a long time to kind of sort that out and pay it off and get myself back on track. And I would never be the person out there encouraging people to get credit cards after credit cards, but make sure you pay it off each month because, okay, some people might, the majority of people won't or can't afford to do that. So yeah, I don't want to be that person. Just it gives me the ick a little bit. And also I do air miles. I am part of like the air mile privilege clubs, but you don't have to pay for that cards or anything for that. The issue is I don't really have any loyalty to any airlines. I have airlines I prefer flying with, like Qatar, or so I fly with them if I possibly can. They go the routes, so I build up points there, but I tend to go for the cheapest flight, so I have points spread everywhere, Avios all over the shops, so it's fine. I use them when I can, but it's not something I track and use more. I probably should. I might look more into signing up for like hotel rewards and things like that, but I don't want anything to do with any kind of credit cards. No thank you. Advice on navigating foreign public transport. Yeah, other than just do it, I think you'd surprise yourself. I think it's very easy to overthink things and then get in your own head and get scared. If you get off at the wrong stop, so what? Get back on, go back again. Get on Google Maps. They're really good at showing you the bus routes and the metro routes, and you can work out your journey route very easily. It's also worth Googling the best apps for where you are. Like Japan has some very good travel apps. Asia, I use Grab a lot. Also, don't be scared to try and speak to the bus driver. Obviously, depending on the country, this could be a little bit tricky, but or just show them on the map where you want to go. Worst case scenario, I've had bus drivers get off the bus and show me a direction of where I needed to change and things, or make sure they looked back and like shouted at me when I was at the stop that I wanted. So people are kind on the whole and they will help you. And I know it can be scary putting yourself out there and talking to strangers and bus drivers. Trust me, introvert, but you can do it. What SIM card do you use? I have an eSIM. It's a worldwide one that's valid for a year. I get 20 gig. I've topped it up. I think I have to top it up around every 6 months, which isn't too bad. It costs me 60, 70 euros, I think, each time, so pretty good. I use Airalo, but there's many other ones around. I can't recommend them because I've not used them. But I like the eSIM, and I like the worldwide one because it covers a lot of the countries. I think the only place I had to get a different package is Laos. So I just got like a 7-day Laos eSIM through the app. Airalo, if you'd like to sponsor one of my videos, send me a message. I know I've not got any followers yet, but get in early. I could be massive next year. The UK's not home, hasn't been for a long time, and I don't ever really see myself moving back there if I can really help it. Obviously, I want to make this channel a success and keep travelling and keep Singapore for as long as I can, but if I do want to settle down, I think it'll be in Southeast Asia. Bangkok I love, and I could live here very easily. It's a great city, it has everything you need. Singapore, my mum grew up in Singapore, so I kind of feel a link there too, and again, it's another amazing city that I could absolutely see myself living in. Slightly more expensive than Bangkok though, so that might make my decision for me. But I definitely feel more at home in Southeast Asia than I do in lots of Europe. Yeah, so I am miserably single, but happily solo, if that makes sense. It's not being on my own. I miss time. When did you start travelling? Well, I've been lucky enough to kind of travel from as young as I can remember. Not always exotically. Like I grew up spending every summer holiday camping in France with my parents, and yeah, loved it. The first flight I ever got, we went to Paris for Christmas Eve. We went for a few days and then we came back on Christmas Eve, and I think I was around 5 or 6. That's the first flight I ever remember. My first proper culture shock trip was I went to China in 1999 with my college, my exchange. We did an exchange program. We worked out there for a bit at the Central China Television. I was doing media. So background in media for a long time. My last 10 years, 15 years jobs as project management kind of drew me very much away from there. Like the last 10 years I worked for an international organisation in Brussels and The Hague. Very, very different. Yeah, so China in 1999, I loved every second of it. The good, the bad and the ugly. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. The food, everything just overwhelmed the senses. But I think something like that, you either love it or you hate it. And I got addicted. That feeling of culture and seeing the world and realising not everything is like little small town England where I grew up in a place called Edmonds, which is beautiful. You should visit. Very historic. But not lots to do when you grow up. So seeing that at that age just blew my mind, and I haven't stopped ever since. My first solo trip was when I was 21. I went to the US and did a road trip. I say solo, I was staying in hostels and I was meeting people and travelling with them and stuff, but the first few nights I was just absolutely alone. And again, I realised how amazing solo travel could be. So yeah, I've been solo travelling for 20 years as well. If you're scared of it, don't be. It's amazing. If you're scared and have any questions, you want some tips, just let me know. I'm happy to provide some. 2025, I kind of started thinking about what I want to do now. I've not booked anything yet. I have a lovely friend who's getting married in April, so I know I need to binge plan in April. So I'm kind of building things around there. I think after that I will head to USA, South America. So early next year I'm thinking Central Asia, Bhutan, and then Japan, and then back. But we'll see. What are your hobbies? It's a little bit hard to have hobbies when you're travelling full time. Luckily, photography used to be my hobby, and now I do it every day. So, or almost every day. At university, I did video production and photography. So I've kind of gone back to my roots. After university, I worked at the BBC for a few years, and then I went to Sky. It's Sky where I got more into the project management side of things, and that eventually led me out of media. I'm not going to say regrettably, because I wouldn't be here now, I think. Life paths and everything like that. So scuba diving, I love. And luckily, I've been able to do it a bit more this year. Unfortunately, due to pneumonia, which you might, in my Indonesia vlogs, you'll see I was quite sick for a while there. So I didn't do as much diving in Indonesia as I would have liked. I'm okay now. I think my fitness levels are still struggling a little bit. My lungs have taken a long while to bounce back. But I'm getting there. My energy levels are back to almost normal now, I think. So that took a long time. What's your stance on freebies? I'm guessing you mean kind of hotels and restaurants and stuff like that. My only stance is that I will never go out and ask for anything for free because I'm an influencer. Even saying it makes me feel a bit nauseous. No, why do I deserve stuff for free? Also, because I don't really review the places I'm staying in. No. If a company, a hotel or a tour or anything like that approaches me and wants to work with me on something, then yeah, I'm open to that. I don't mind a trade of services, but I will never expect anything for free. I think it's wrong. I'm growing. I have no influence over anybody, so yeah. I will start. One of my friends said she'd be interested in sort of the price ranges of the places I'm staying and how much I'm spending in each place. So I think I'll start doing that a little bit more. Like the place I'm staying here, it's very nice. It's not a hotel. It's above a coffee shop, so the family have a couple of rooms. And I'm paying €21 a night here, and it's right in the centre of Chinatown. The family are so lovely. It includes breakfast. I have a private bathroom, but it's the other end of the corridor. But as you can see, the room is huge. It's nicely done. It's a little, you might be able to hear the traffic outside, but that's fine. Welcome to Bangkok. On the whole, I try to spend around €20 a night wherever I'm staying. Some places are a little bit more expensive, like when you go to the big cities. But outside Bangkok, you can get a $10 room in Bangkok if you want. That's fine. I mean, it's basic. You might not have a window, but it's clean. You have a shared bathroom, fine. But Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, you're looking at 100 a night easy. And again, goes back to solo travel. Everything's up. Even in Japan, you can get some good deals in Tokyo. I think I was paying 50 a night in Tokyo for a business hotel. Yeah. But if I can get under 20 a night, I'm happy. So the results have been very varied. I've stayed in some lovely places like this, and I've stayed in some absolute shitholes. Phnom Penh, I'm looking at you, that place was Bates Motel. Oh, it was vile. Worst place I've ever stayed in my life. I'll put some photos here. This was called a boutique hotel, and the photos on the website were obviously of the one room they've remodelled. It was vile. So I left them. I don't often leave negative reviews. I'm very fair, but I left them a pretty scathing review because they deserved it. What is the worst thing about travel? It's a good one. Travel days. The actual travel part of travel can suck. It's very stressful, involves a lot of waiting around, can be quite expensive. Lots of things can go wrong. So, yeah. I try to book, my ideal flight is one that you check out of your hotel 10, 11. So you have time in the morning to finish faffing, packing, head straight to the hotel upon checkout. Cannot stand getting up at 3 a.m. to go to an airport. Cannot stand hanging around all day and having to check out of a hotel and hanging around until midnight, which unfortunately I have to do in an upcoming flight. Both. My flight tomorrow is quite early, and then my flight to Japan is very late. Yeah, but sometimes you don't have any choice, so you just have to suck it up and do it. And then worrying about visas and, yeah, travel days, it's the worst part. Rude people and bad service. It's inexcusable. I'm always nice. I'm always polite. I will always smile at you. I'm polite to everyone. But if you're rude to me, you'll feel my British wrath. And by that I mean I'll passively, aggressively, do nothing. Something I find hard is, with hopping around from country to country, is trying to remember exchange rates and new currencies. There really is no need for something to be 100,000 and be worth €1 or $1. Why is there so many zeros? My brain doesn't work like that. So I'm always on Etsy, trying to work it out. And it's difficult. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for the first in my series from Indonesia.